Radio Safira News Service. Today is Monday, the 31st of July. We invite you to listen to the news from the country and around the world.
We have been warmly welcomed and received with joy. Portugal is a beautiful and hospitable country. We are eagerly and hopefully awaiting the meeting with Pope Francis, say the youth from the Niesno Archdiocese, who are hosted by Portuguese families from the Coimbra Diocese. During their stay in the diocese, they will not only learn about the history and culture of this region, but also experience the daily lives of its inhabitants.
Not everyone who planned to attend World Youth Day will be able to reach Lisbon. Portugal has denied visas to many young people from third world countries. Unfortunately, this is not a new phenomenon. Based on previous experiences, Portuguese authorities fear that after the meeting in Lisbon, many young people will not return home but become illegal immigrants.
Romania. The European Parish Colloquium in Timișoara gathered about 60 participants from various countries. The program included 3 conferences, visits to parishes, sharing pastoral experiences, and prayer. The aim was to understand the role of the Christian community in contemporary Europe through an exchange of experiences.
The Catholic Vote organization influenced the cancellation of a decision that restricted religious services in prisons in Alaska. State Director of Corrections Jennifer Winkelman had previously issued an order prohibiting the use of wine during religious services. In response to a legal and media action by Catholic Vote, the regulation was withdrawn on the 19th of July.
According to the organization Parents Defending Education, a program sponsored by the Chinese Communist Party is still operating in several schools in the United States. The organization warns that these centers not only teach the Chinese language and culture, but also indoctrinate on behalf of the Chinese Communist Party. At least 7 schools are still associated with this program. The organization warns against the unrestricted access of the Chinese Party to American students. It is important to provide students with access to Chinese culture and language in schools, but the party should not be allowed to have an uncontrolled influence on students.
The art exhibition Jesus Loves, which featured homosexual art, was closed shortly after its opening in a church in Nuremberg. Pastor Thomas Zeitler intended to engage in a critical dialogue about abuses in the church and homophobia. However, the works were deemed too provocative. The role of the church is to unite in the power of the gospel, and we regret that the exhibition had the opposite effect, explained church leaders.
Nick Vujicic believes that artificial intelligence and digital media help spread the gospel. His initiative called Multitude translates content into 36 languages. Nick plans to create 6 documentary films that will strengthen faith. Through a film competition, he is looking for talented individuals who inspire with their stories. Thanks to media and technology, he aims to equip believers with tools to boldly defend faith in Jesus Christ.
Justin Bieber shared his faith in God on social media, saying, "My perspective on God changed from fear to love. You are never too far from God. He is obsessed with you." The singer was baptized in 2014 in a Pentecostal church and advocates against abortion.
The eruption of Mount Vesuvius in 79 AD destroyed Pompeii, killing thousands of people. Archaeological discoveries have revealed a fascinating picture of life in Pompeii before the disaster. It was a dynamic center of trade and culture, often likened to today's Las Vegas. The eruption marked the end of Pompeii's era, and the city was buried under ash for many centuries. Now, thanks to ongoing archaeological findings, historians can reconstruct the history of the city's downfall hour by hour. You can read more about this in the magazine National Geographic.
This was the Radio Safira News Service. Catholics, Orthodox, and Protestants together. May God bless us all.